Well, that just happened. And that certainly escalated.
Let's go.
You know, I'll admit, a lot of people tend to forget that
Since
Zero...
I took the down pass as X, let's take this path as Zero.
It's funny, a lot of people tend to forget that Zero actually does have a story after the "What am I fighting for" cutscene.
But it's because it's so bad. That's what people pay attention to.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, to culminate my E3 talks in there, the main reason E3 exists is that Nintendo lately has been the one who saves the day in the end each time, one way or another. Like E3 2017 was a very good showcasing for the Nintendo Switch's debut year.
Since this is actually going up in around June-ish.
Yeah.
So hopefully because their original plan, if that article is to be believed, we were supposed to have like celebrating Mario's 35th anniversary, and they were supposed to go out with a big command with that collection and a 3D World port and a new Paper Mario game. So I'm just like, and culminating with their amusement park parade. So I'm just curious what they're going to do now.
Yeah, no, because, current events had to happen, and literally, I would say...
I really hope all this gets resolved soon, because our playthroughs, that's all we've been talking about in our playthroughs.
Honestly, dude, I don't know. I mean,
Florida, please close your beaches!
Without getting too, serious in it, because YouTube is a stupid platform...
No, they just don't want because they don't want people to be like Matt Pat.
Well, he's scum.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he literally is a piece of shit, and YouTube should just flat out delete his channel. But unfortunately, this epidemic will not be solved until there is a cure, and unfortunately, that's not
for a good while.
For a year.
Because Comic-Con's just got canceled today.
For a year. And unless people social distance themselves to the point where people...
Which you should be doing,
Don't get me started, you already know.
Let me guess, you have people in your city also playing basketball with each other?
Wait, what? No,
I saw some people were playing tennis courts outside of their apartments.
Yeah, it's...
Without their masks.
People...
Goodness gracious.
I don't want to get too serious about it because technically, even fast forward 2 years, it's going to date the commentary, but, this is a very serious thing because this shit has literally never happened to anyone alive. Using subs. Ew.
I'll admit, My Hero Academia has a pretty good dub.
No, I mean specifically using the Japanese version of My Hero.
I mean, I see people mostly use the Japanese
because
version,
I don't know. I just found it to be funnier.
I like Chris Evans. No, it just sounds like Piccolo.
Also, because we normally talk over it, so you wouldn't heard it.
What?
He said Chris Evans.
Chris Sabat.
I heard him say Sabat.
No, I heard him say Evans.
I heard Sabat.
I heard Evans.
Sabat.
See, Joe was with me here, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, did Terrence say Sabat or Evans?
Find out in the editing process for Deji.
Chris Evans.
Yeah, so Marcos, I hate to tell this to you. You're editing this. Bye.
Whoa.
What's this
You really
song?
don't
Guilty
like
Gear.
boss rushes, do
It's
you?
another Devil May Cry song.
It's Guilty Gear.
Okay, this song is kind of badass.
Well, Guilty Gear's music is pretty badass.
Yes.
What about Guilty Gear isn't badass?
That's also true.
Although I heard the people who've been playing the Striped beta it's not good.
Oh no.
I've never played a Guilty Gear game at all.
I forgot which one I played. I think the
I
latest
played
one.
the one that James. No, I didn't play it. I saw you and James play that.
Yeah, I mean Guilty Gear is fun, but I'd rather just play fighters because it's just more comfortable. Buzz Lightyear.
Does he have karate chop action?
Karate chop action. So yeah, this is the origin story of what happened.
it's amazing how he looks like Buzz Lightyear, despite the fact that his design came out before Toy Story 1.
Yeah.
That's. You think he looks like Buzz Lightyear? You should see how he looks in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I know!
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's where the YouTube comment comes from.
So why don't we do a commentary of that?
I don't have the game, so...
Good for you.
Do I?
Good for you, too.
I also like the attention to detail that Zero was in his Mega Man 1 design.
Yes.
Thank goodness. And he's still in the flashback artwork in X5. He's in his 1 design, too.
Yeah, which is good.
That is a nice attention to detail.
But it's like, in this cutscene, like, Zero was fighting Sigma, but throughout the fight, you can see that he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because he has the wily Suki inside him.
So you may never actually hear him say anything.
I'm assuming that's just because he's infected.
And
He's a Maverick.
Well, Sigma's
So look at that.
infected normally, and he speaks just fine.
But this is what Zero was meant to be, a bloodthirsty killing machine.
Yeah, that's not talk, just action. And also, this is the Wily virus raw until it infected Sigma, and Sigma did something to it. I don't know.
When you get down to it, Sigma's a tragic character.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
because
he is.
Sigma was a good guy.
Well, he was
But it's
the
like
hero
that's something that
among
the
them.
characters never really acknowledge. It's like, yeah, this isn't his fault.
It is Wily's fault.
But Wily's dead, so we can't blame him. Well, actually, no. We can blame him, but nobody can call him
No,
out for
because
it.
his subconscious lives inside the Suki.
Yeah, that's the thing X5 states. Wily's subconscious was inside Zero when this is happening. And then Zero transferred it to Sigma. So
And Sigma became evil, and then he talked to Wily.
damn, like look at that. Sigma is fucked up.
Yeah, he's...
Yeah.
I would love to watch a Mega Man X anime.
Oh my god. Hey, I mean,
God, that day of Sigma OVA is so good.
Heck, I mean, the voice acting, in Maverick Hunter is so great that, yeah, I'm sad we didn't get an anime with those voice actors, too.
And then Sigma punches,
Falcon!
and then I guess that's when it's transferred, when he...
That should have been his dramatic finish in Infinite. Why is he DLC?
Who,
He's the
Sigma?
main villain. Yes.
Wait, was Sigma DLC?
Yes,
Yes.
he was DLC along with Black Panther and Monster Hunter,
Hunter.
all of whom were in the main campaign.
And Venom.
Even though Black Panther and Monster Hunter were just in cutscenes.
It was literally because, Black Panther movie's coming out then. Let's literally cut Black Panther from the main roster to make him DLC.
Days since Jova bitched about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Zero.
Huh, yeah, I ain't glad.
Not like you don't agree with me.
Oh yeah, I'm not. Hey, don't worry. I'm sure we'll get a new Marvel vs. Capcom game.
That's the problem with how Capcom operates. It's like, well, usually when they fail at something, more often than not, they'll blame the consumers, and then we'll have to wait a long time for them to try
I think
again.
they fully know that they screwed up with this one.
Guys, we fucked up, okay?
That said, though, then there's the other component, Disney. Disney do not admit to their mistakes
Who aren't doing so hot right now?
Good.
Oh, you've heard.
They're losing $10 million a day.
I mean,
That's how this record.
It got so bad that Bob Iger, who was stepping down as CEO, had to retake his position just to keep the company afloat.
wow,
You know
really?
something is-
I
you know
mean,
some-
to be honest, I heard about that, and I heard about the person who would replace him, and I don't know.
I wasn't too sure of it either, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather have Bob.
Bob Iger. He's the man who made Disney the juggernauts that they are now.
Yeah,
and I'll give
pretty
the man
much.
and I will give the man credit. He has actually voiced his regrets for how the Star Wars has turned out, in spite of how the deal with Lucas went. So he does have integrity, I will give him that.
Like I said with James and Matt in my Bad Filmcast podcast, all they needed...
Which you can listen now on iTunes, Spotify, and whatever podcasts are available.
But all they need to do is just get Lucas on. Like, make him have ideas, give him the ideas.
But hire competent writers to tell him what to say. No, that doesn't
literally,
work.
just make Lucas the Kevin Feige of Star Wars.
Kind of, yeah.
Fucking plan.
Just
get rid of what's her name?
Kathleen
I don't
Kennedy.
even
Yeah,
know.
that bitch needs to get fired.
Oh, Kathleen Kennedy.
Long over fucking due.
But I know there are some people that give Lucas full control. No, I don't want to give Lucas full control.
Yeah,
but
no
I
full
think
control.
as an idea man, with his ideas and Disney's pretty much, power, they can make good shit.
They really could.
Just get that woman out of there, man. This is coming from me. As someone who doesn't hate the sequels, get that woman out of there.
She's been doing a pretty terrible job maintaining things.
Yep.
She's like that that former Sony CEO. I forget her name.
Amy.
Amy Pascal?
Wait. Sony as in Sony in general or Sony PlayStation?
Sony in general.
Sony Pictures.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's talking about Amy Pascal.
What is?
Yeah.
Wait, who is she? That name sounds familiar. Give me a rundown.
Former CEO
CEO
of Sony.
of Sony.
No,
She
it's
was she was like kind of in charge with the Spider-Man movies, like reboot and all that stuff.
which one?
Try to-
Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, and she had that saying with Kevin Feige or whatever about how Venom and Spider-Man are the same. I'm sure you've seen that clip before.
Probably.
know,
that's
Where
probably
Kevin
how
Feige's just looking at her, he's like, "Bitch, what the fuck are you on about?"
that's probably how insignificant she is to me. I don't even remember.
Yeah, but Kathleen Kennedy's worse.
I mean, Kathleen Kennedy is like, I don't know what is going through the woman's mind, but if her job was to maintain a sense of balance, continuity, or reassuring feelings, she has failed.
And showing personal agenda.
I still would like to know what her personal differences were that caused her to fire so many directors, yet Rian Johnson is just free to do whatever.
Rian Johnson is a scumbag.
He is.
Again, going back to my podcast, apparently.
Which you can listen now.
Yes. So my friend James.
It's really cool that we're talking about Star Wars and the Mega Man X, which is actually the one time where it's relevant.
Yeah, I know.
But to actually
God.
stay on with that, because this is actually kind of interesting. So a friend of mine and James, who's like a producer, he actually met Rian Johnson. Because he goes to LA all the time. He actually knows a lot of people in the industry, and he met the guy. And he said that he has never met a more, like, disgusting, egotistical, self-absorbed human being in his life. And he goes on about saying how he thinks Empire Strikes Back is the worst Star Wars movie, and that his movie, The Last Jedi, he likes it more than any other Star Wars movie made. And he said how he had plans for, like, Star Wars movies. He had, like, really good plans for The Last Jedi that he didn't use on purpose because he was saving it for his own sci-fi themed movie trilogy that he was planning. And James goes into detail more on the podcast, but like he really talked about how much of a like dirty, like low human being that guy is. And watching the movie, it made me think like, wow, yeah, this guy really is horrible. And apparently
is
like, that's why I kind of don't really want to watch any of his movies as much as I've heard good things about Knives Out. But
I heard. I want to see it though.
Yeah, it's a great movie, but it's like...
Rian Johnson is capable of good stuff. Last Jedi is not one of those good things.
But then again... It's one. Do you think it's one of those separate the art from the artist type of things?
it depends because
Because, like, because you have something like, what's it called? I forget. The story of saving Mr. Banks and how Mary Poppins actually is a butchered adaptation of the book, and the creator hated the movie.
yeah, I remember that.
So, but it's like, do you still, can you still enjoy it with having that knowledge?
I guess it's tough. I mean, worst case scenario, you can just pirate Knives Out. because
Yeah,
if you don't want to
That's
pay
true.
for the money, you can just pirate it. And I mean, it's like even if even if it wasn't bad, it's like they're all billionaire Hollywood people. So what song? What's this? What?
It's the Resident Evil 2 credits me.
Why?
Because the original song is boring.
Yeah. When did X4 come out? 97?
97.
So at this point, pretty much all eyes were on Resident Evil.
I mean, I guess at least it's better than Mighty Number 9's credit theme.
Yeah, this credit theme is only
There we
like
go.
4 minutes.
Yep.
I feel like
I am grateful I did not back up that fucking game.
I feel like in every fucking Mega Man playthrough we've had so far, we always bring up Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, funny. Joe was always there.
Well, I wasn't
That's
there for
a
X3.
pretty 11 size cosmic level huge worm going on there.
Although I wasn't there for X3.
I don't know if we brought
yeah.
up Mighty Number 9.
Yeah, we did. That's why we had Local Man Ruins Everything.
Oh, right. Right. God,
I mean,
fuck that game.
We
man.
have to do that game. You do realize that, right?
I mean, okay.
No,
when
Just to get it over with.
okay, as much as we all hate to admit it, Mighty Number 9 is sadly a chapter in Mega Man's history.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
As indirect as it is, we may have that game to partially thank for Capcom noticing, oh, there actually is an audience for Mega Man games.
I think they know that there's an audience for Mega Man, which is why they put him in Smash Brothers.
Well, then that just begs the question, why the hell did they take forever and put him
Because they want to.
nice?
Because people could say we want a Mega Man game, but you have to put your money where your mouth is, which is why they had the collection.
Which is fine.
Though, why they insist on testing other stuff so arbitrarily? Like, hey, let's test if there's an audience for the Nintendo Switch by forcing them to buy an incredibly old Street Fighter 2.
Okay, yeah, that's. I'm not gonna defend that. That was stupid. That it had to be Street Fighter 2.
And then,
But consider if it was a different game, like a new game or something. If it was Ultra Street Fighter 4, I'd be like, you know what? Cool, understandable. Because remember, the Wii U really did well, and a lot of people were not confident in the Switch.
Go figure.
You mean the
Well,
Wii U?
overall
And
thoughts
you
of
can't,
this game?
from a business perspective, you cannot blame them.
We said it in the X commentary. This game is great. It's usually considered the second or the first best Mega Man X game, even though that's not hard to do.
The
Which
story is kind of bad.
Garbage.
Though.
It's awful. Yeah.
Which really makes me wonder if, whenever, because I'm assuming at this point we are going to get an X9, if they are going to go back to basics, or if they're going to put a new style on it. Because at this point, what do you do? Because, most people just remember X for the classic stuff, but as of X8, we have X, we have Zero, we have Axel.
So my theory is they're gonna make a Mega Man X9 is going to be an own story. Axel's in the hospital or out of consciousness because of what happens. Then there's gonna be a post-credit scene that'll lead into X10.
I mean, the more you
which
think
will
about
follow
it,
up that subplot,
Base and Proto Man aren't in 11.
which is dumb.
Yeah, it's really weird.
But I guess it's like they want to all right, fine. We just want to show everybody how things are now. Then we'll introduce them in 12. Also, I think they want to figure out how to make Proto Man work to differentiate him from Mega Man, besides double damage. Because they already have the perfect gameplay with Base. He has double jump. He has to slide.
You can give
fire
Proto Man a
muscles
shield bash,
Yeah.
shoulder bash attack, or you can give.
Oh.
Wait, does Base double jump?
In Mega Man Base, yes.
You can give it to Proto Man.
No, give it to Base.
You could make Proto Man run button. But yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Or
But
better yet, make him wall cling.
yeah, shades of the future.
Well, Time will tell.
But I am very curious to see what the future of Mega Man is going to be, because I'm assuming the next game is going to be X9.
They have confirmed they are working on a new game.
What, for like Mega Man Classic or?
We don't know.
I'm assuming it's
a
X9.
Mega Man related game.
God forbid it be Mega Man Star Force 4. Seeing as how that game also was a victim of the cold Mega Man era where Capcom were just canceling Mega Man games left and right. Despite the fact that Star Force 3 had a brimming reception here and there, Capcom pulled the plug on that one along with its brethren.
My theory is that they're trying to somewhat mimic the past and go in order, where they try to bring Mega Man back and it worked. Now they'll try to do it with X, see if it works, and if the reception is well, maybe make Mega Man 12, and then maybe think about Legends. But that's a very, very big maybe. But hell, fucking Bubsy came back, so honestly, anything can happen.
You gotta wonder, when it comes to Legends 3, do you think they'll first do like a collection?
Yes, they have to.
Yeah.
Legends.
Yeah, they
one?
have to.
Legends
It makes
is the
sense.
most niche of the Mega Man series.
Yeah, because first of all, Mega Man in general has become a niche franchise. So you have a niche.
I mean, it always was. It wasn't as huge as we thought it was. It just sold well enough to warrant sequels.
Yeah, but it still sold well, so it's not. You know, I get it. I get where you're coming from, but
It sold well enough that Mega Man was the mascot of Capcom. He was.
In the
actually.
NES days, yeah.
yeah,
Even
still,
in the
still with
SNES.
Super Nintendo.
And Super
Wha-
Nintendo.
I mean, yeah.
Once
yeah,
the PlayStation hit, it was all Resident Evil and Street Fighter.
but
But
Street Fighter, and then now it's all Monster Hunter and Resident Evil. Enjoy your Resident Evil 4 remake.
ugh.
Okay. Can I just say, it's amazing that in the span of 2 years, we've gone from people really wanting the Resident Evil 2 to be remade, to loving the Resident Evil 2 remake, to being kind of disappointed with how Resident Evil Remake 3 turned out, to now actively asking Capcom, please don't make a Resident Evil 4 remake.
Everyone is asking for Code Veronica because apparently that's the one that needs it the most.
It does, it really does. It has terrible backtracking, very wonky controls.
It's kind of like how Partners in Time needed a remake instead of Bowser's Inside Story.
All right, let's end the part here before we go on to 5
Please.
different tangents for another 30 minutes.
it.
Yeah.
I want to play Final Fantasy, man.
You wanna go fuck
Spoilers! I ever get stabbed in the throat.
Oh, surprise.
Adios.
That's the ending of the game. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.